Okay, this is the very first ever technique video that I have done. One thing I learned is that I had to write my words backwards so that you could see them. But what we're going to be doing today is messing with salt and watercolor. You're going to take a sheet of watercolor paper, just like this, put some water down on it, just like you would do when you're prepping a sheet of watercolor. Then you're going to go in and add color of your choice. I just happen to be working with purple today because it is a vivid color. It's one of my favorite colors. Plus, it also shows this technique pretty well. And I will be showing you some samples here in just a little bit. I do not have the capabilities of doing technique by television and all the fancy stuff that it will do, but we will manage. Okay, so just put a good layer of color down. You want it to kind of puddle up a little bit like this, just kind of puddling up but smooth. Then you're going to take some salt. It can be rock salt, it can be table salt, and you're just going to sprinkle it on there where your puddles are at. I find sometimes too, if I come back in with a little bit more color, just water, just daub it on, and you can already see some of the technique and the effects that the salt has on the paint. It is starting to puddle up. It draws the color into it. Here is an example of an earlier page that I've done, and if you'll notice that in here you can see where the big pieces of salt were sitting at, and it draws the color. It actually draws the water out of the paper and out of the color is what it does. Here's the way it will look just before it's finished up. This side over here was done with regular table salt, and as you brush it away you can start to see that it has just a really fine pebbly look to the paper. If you can see that. And again, then this one here is almost dry, and it's done with the rock salt. So that is our technique for the day. It is salt and watercolor. Very easy, gives you lots of cool ideas. You can do it with heavier cardstock, or watercolor paper does work best, I found today while I was practicing, but you can use just regular cardstock. This is an example done with regular cardstock, and again, it did kind of fuzzy up a little bit, but it also did your colors up a little bit. Okay, so that's it, and that's my first video. Thank you.